Tonight's episode shows that college football has no bounds. Tonight's guest is from Canada and somehow ended up being a Tennessee fan. Nick, thank you for joining the show.
Thanks for
We're
having
going to
me.
dive into how SEC football reached Canada and what growing up in Canada with college football is like.
I
So,
Thanks so much for the intro, Sean. Yeah, like Sean said, I'm from Canada and been watching football since 2012. NFL football since probably 2008. Uh, the football scene kinda in Canada grew with the Buffalo Bills, as most people know, when that 2018 era came. But before then, there was no one to talk to football about unless you met someone who specifically said they watched football and they loved American football. There wasn't much going on in Canada talking about college, especially. I think in the past few years, it's really grown with the love for football. But that's kind of where we started. And when I was very very young, we drive down to Bristol, Tennessee, and that's where you get your first taste of what college is really like down in the States. And the fan base is really what makes that whole scene. And you go down to Tennessee, specifically Bristol. You go to a sports store here, and you're probably seeing 5 hats for NHL teams. You go down to a Dick's Sporting Goods in Bristol, and you're seeing 40 Tennessee hats, ETSU hat, a Virginia Tech hat. Like, you're seeing probably the schools that surround 50 miles within Bristol, and probably more, maybe even 100 miles within Bristol, and they get 5 hats each, and we get 5 NHL teams in our sports store, right? So
yeah, and that was sorry for interrupting. That was my first question. What was the sports culture like growing up?
uh, very interesting. Like, we went through waves. So I'm a very big Blue Jays fan in the MLB. And we in Toronto, we went through some very very tough times for sports in the early 2000s. Uh,
Hmm.
our big three teams are all out of Toronto, unless you're going to go count the Grizzlies back in Vancouver or the Expos. Really, outside the NHL, we have the Raptors and the Blue Jays, and I think back then the Blue Jays were losing Doc Holliday to he just pitching way too much, and we had nothing else left, and he was the only good player, and the Raptors had Brian Colangelo as a GM, so they weren't too good at that point
Yeah.
either. And it it was pretty sad in Canada. It was a lot of NHL, and we weren't winning then either. So
So if you had to rank the sports, obviously NHL is going to be number one. How would you rank the top five sports in Canada?
are we before I answer that, I do need to preference it. Are we talking after the Raptors championship or before?
Just in general. Just
In
in general.
in general, so like
Yeah.
I'd probably go hockey is bar none.
Yeah.
You're probably going to see quite a few Blue Jays fans around this area specifically, just because we can go to games.
Yeah.
After that, you probably go basketball, then football, and then
Okay.
you're probably going down from there to like eh, you probably get Premier League a few times.
Yeah.
Uh, and then after that, like you get F1 or something or golf. And
Okay.
I'm in the golf zone, so I'm there,
Yeah.
but not many people are still. It's winter 8 months of the year here, so
Yeah. Yeah. So if you had to, uh, popularity wise, NFL, CFL, and college football, is CFL more popular or is the NFL still more popular than the CFL?
that's a great question. If you're in one specific province for you American states, in Canada, there's one specific province here, Saskatchewan, where CFL reigns supreme.
Okay.
They if you have a second, look up Saskatchewan Roughriders for all you fans out there, and look up their fans. Particular will wear watermelons, true watermelons, not like plastic ones, on their heads to games.
Oh,
They are
wow.
they are worse than cheeseheads because no one else watches it. There is not another fan base in the CFL other than like a few people that watch it. They have as much viewership as some Raptors games.
Oh, just from Saskatchewan.
just from Saskatchewan. The whole
Wow.
province loves it. So if you go to that province, CFL reigns supreme. If you go anywhere else, NFL, college is above it now, way
Okay.
above it now. Josh Allen really changed that for Canada. Him going to Buffalo, and actually, I think was it 2019 that Tyrod brought them there? No, it would have been 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2017 when Tyrod Taylor brought the Buffalo Bills to the playoffs, I think is when you started to see Canadians kind of go, "Oh, I'll go across the border and watch a game real quick."
Yeah.
And that's where you saw more love, and as the game kind of grew in one province, you saw it grew across the nation kind of.
So most Canadians are Bills fans, you'd say, or just in your province?
Just in my province for
Yeah.
sure, just because it's so close. You get a mix of Bills and Lions fans in this area,
Okay.
depending on which border you wanna cross, Michigan or Buffalo, and,
Okay.
you don't see too many other fans. I mean, when we talk about college-wise, my coworker is a, Michigan fan, which makes sense, but then my other coworker cheers for Washington. So
Mm, okay. Yeah. So it's all over the board.
yeah, in college, there's no fan favorite really. Like Michigan probably would be there, or I hate to say it, Ohio State, but tough love from
Mm,
Tennessee.
yeah.
uh, we could have won it if Nico didn't blow a playoff game like he's never played football in his life. Good on.
I don't. I think he could have been perfect, and it's still been an uphill battle
Oh
with
yeah,
that Ohio State team.
oh
But
yeah. I don't There's not too much love for Nico
yeah, I'm
anymore.
sure. Yeah, I'm
I
sure that divorce was pretty ugly.
Oh, you know what? I hope UCLA likes that contract because, we had just as good of a QB and we're paying him about 2,000,000 less, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
So what if you had to have an equivalent of college football culture? You've been down here. You've seen what the college football culture is like. Would that be like the NHL up there? How like
it it's hard to
popularity
say,
wise?
like,
Yeah.
college football to me is college football to me, from an outside perspective, really truly is bar none to nothing but probably the Premier League.
Yeah.
When you talk about fans and how much dedication there is to fans and how much, like, we talk about Tennessee, I'll go into the blackout game.
Yeah.
Tennessee fans are
That would
hyped
be.
for the blackout game,
Yeah.
and it's something that only started, like, 3 or 4 years ago with Hendon, and, for some reason, it's become a tradition, and you those tickets go up $200. You go
Yeah.
look at an Alabama-Tennessee game, and we talk about F1 races, stuff like that. An Alabama-Tennessee game is $1,200 for nosebleed tickets on a regular season.
Yeah.
And it's because people want to go see football, college football in particular, right? I don't think the
It's
NHL gets there, but there are a few really cool traditions. Being from out west, I'm a Calgary Flames fan, and we have a tradition called the Sea of Red in playoffs. So when we win a playoff game, everyone in the arena walks out the arena and we walk up Center Street all the way out of downtown, which is about 10 kilometers, which is like, oh, I don't know how
six.
to do that conversion. I'm
It's like
sorry.
6.2 miles.
Yeah, like it's not a small walk, but it's just a huge crowd just blocking the street, walking it up because we won a playoff game.
Wow.
Now, Tennessee fans took down a goalpost and brought it across Knoxville to a river, so
Yeah. Yeah.
there are levels to it, but we have some really cool traditions, man, and I was at the in 2019, I was at the Raptors parade, and that was probably one of the coolest atmospheres I've ever seen in my life. You couldn't move, like, it was
Yeah.
packed, so
And
we
that's why I love college football, for the traditions, for the fandom. And that's my main goal for this show, is to get down to the nitty gritty of each fan and why they love their team. It's uh it's pretty spectacular.
well, you there's so many traditions in college football that aren't talked about, and
Yeah.
no one really well. there are some that are talked about as well. Like, I'll bring up one that is talked about, and college football fans will know if I do this.
Yeah.
We all know what that means, and to be honest, like, I've been to Austin, Texas, and I if you show that down in Austin, you're probably not walking out of Austin without a black eye. Like, the
Yeah.
people care. It's a symbol that realistically, like, outside of college football fans, no one's gonna know what horns down is, but
Yep.
you watch a college football game, you know, like, that's an insult.
Hmm.
I, we were in Pittsburgh and, oh, when was it? Some random weekend. I have this T-shirt and it's horns down forever with
Yeah.
with the Longhorns upside down. And we were walking down Pittsburgh in a random July, like, no Penn's not playing it, Pitt's not playing, Texas, no one's playing Texas and Pennsylvania. And a
Yeah.
guy walked up to me on the street of Pittsburgh and said, like, "Let me go buy you a beer because F
Yeah.
Texas." You know? Like,
Yeah.
that's the atmosphere in
College roots
college.
run deep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think when you meet a college fan and you meet a true college fan, they're bringing up stuff that how do you even know what that is?
Yeah. Absolutely. So let's talk about access because down here I can watch every game every weekend if I wanted to. What was it like growing up watching football on Saturdays? Tell me a little bit about
Yeah.
if it's easy to watch or what you have to do to get it.
So here in Canada, we have a broadcasting channel. It's called TSN. It's the Toronto Sports Network. I was telling Sean a little bit before the podcast about it and their role in sports media in Canada. And very similarly, back in the day, I believe ESPN and them were partnered. They're not anymore. They haven't been for years. But TSN owns all the rights to Big Ten and SEC, uh, which isn't great. The plus side about it is that we actually get a lot of legal YouTube streams for games in Canada. Um,
Legal, you said?
legal, so they don't
Okay.
get taken down. TSN's right there. It's their broadcast, but it's not on the TSN network. So you can find a lot of games and the stream is there. It's running smoothly. It's actually in 4K, everything. And you don't have to pay for it. And that's honestly just because that we only have so many channels that can post college football, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And especially when we get into the October months and November months of college football, the later months, uh, you're now competing with hockey on Saturday, which Saturdays are hockey night in Canada. So
Yeah.
you're now competing with a whole nother brand of sports that is big here. So there is access. It's just in the mainstream media, I don't think it's there just yet. You see
Yeah.
some of the highlighted games. I mean, Uh, we were talking about Oklahoma, Tennessee earlier. That game would have been on TSN. But you go
Yeah.
look at a Tennessee versus Chattanooga. If that's on
Yeah. Yeah.
TSN, there is nothing else on.
Yeah.
So it depends on the game.
And college football typically does a good job of spreading out those big games. So there's always a big game on every week.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Like they did some maneuvers last year just to make bigger games into some weeks and stuff, and
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I know some people have had issues with it, but
I
it,
have a feeling though that it's going to change. I feel like with the SEC now going to nine game schedule
yeah,
in their conference, it'll be the ages of Big Ten versus SEC is pretty much done.
oh yeah,
And I hate to say that because I would love to have a Big Ten versus SEC uh, schedule where you pretty much line them up head to head, one versus one the whole way down as a week zero or a week one opponent just to kick off the season. I think that would do crazy numbers and it would give us another data point into the playoff.
Well, even, you talk to a casual fan, and I'll use an example of my cousin's, uh she's my older cousin by a year, and her best friend and I were talking one day, and, this was way back in 2020, I think, maybe 2021. We were playing we were playing Pitt randomly,
Yeah.
and I think we've played Pitt maybe 3 times in our entire history, um, and,
Was it in Knoxville?
it was in Knoxville, yeah.
My second guest on the podcast was at that game.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
that's incredible because we were watching it on TV in Bristol, fun
yeah,
fact, and, her friend turned to me and goes, "Hey, like, I haven't seen Pitt too much. How good are they in the SEC?" And that's when I realized maybe, like, not every college fan knows conferences all that
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like, there
At
are
least the
levels to
Canadian
it
ones.
still.
At
Yeah.
least the Canadian ones.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's brutal, and, I to be honest, like, I think out of conference games sometimes are better than in conference games.
yeah. And
I
the week 2, the Ohio State versus Texas game this year is going to be could be the game of the year,
Oh, yeah. I mean,
and it's
that
it's gonna set the stage for the whole season.
I hate to say it, but you look at Ohio State in particular, and I'll use them as a perfect example. When they enter the SEC to go play in regular season, it is a game of the week automatically.
Yeah,
If I mean, I'll take Tennessee into account because I'm a fan, but they go play Oklahoma, they go play Texas, they go play Tennessee, they go play Alabama.
yeah,
Even last year, like, Kentucky was a good team, like, that probably would have been posted to game of the week, even though Kentucky's not a big school.
yeah,
I I think too, like, those matchups really show you where the nation's really at.
yeah,
Like,
and that's why I would like to see the Big Ten and SEC schedule something like that, because those teams are gonna benefit from the competition because it's gonna give data points to if you win a game against a third ranked SEC team from last year, that's going to be a data point to say, hey, at the end of the season, this team's going to be ahead of, it's
oh,
just something I would love to see, but it'll never happen.
you know what? And Tennessee fans are gonna kill me. It would kill the SEC bias, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Oh, yeah.
And,
It would.
I am a part of the SEC bias, just so everyone's aware. I do believe the SEC is the best division in college football. Uh,
Depth wise, maybe. Top
that
end, not lately.
not lately. And I'll say this: it's gotten weaker over the past few years. And it's gotten
You look
weaker.
at how many sportscasters last year picked Alabama to win the Rose Bowl.
Oh, exactly right.
I'll
And
give you a hint, like 99% of
oh yeah.
them.
And you know what? I I'll say this: you look at rankings wise and how long Texas stayed where they were for what they
Yeah.
were last year. I know they started crawling back and there was a chance they would make playoffs and everything. I don't think they even deserved a comment.
No, I don't think any team with 3 losses has a has
No.
a valid claim.
And now we go to the other aspect of it and we go to a team like Florida State. You are not an SEC team. You had a good year and you got
But
cocky.
my thing with that is, yes, Jordan Travis broke his ankle.
Yes.
Um, should they have still been in the playoff? Absolutely. They
I
ran the table 13-0. You can't like you can't leave that team out.
I I I have mixed feelings about it just because of what I think would have happened if they were in that playoffs, and I think it would have been the exact
If
same
they
thing as a
had if they
bowl.
had Jordan Travis,
It would have been
it would have been
closer
yeah,
because they were
but
who was it
Georgia
at?
dog walked them in the Orange Bowl that year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what was it?
So
42 nothing or something?
it was bad, but
Yeah. Um, who was it that came in too? It was DJ Ukulele or whatever?
no, I don't think he transferred in until later.
Okay. Um, I forget who it was a Hawaiian QB though. I remember that for Florida as their backup.
I don't remember, but
Um, I anyways, either way,
yeah,
just that team in particular, and I remember the next season, they were still trying to say that they are the Alabama of ACC or
yeah.
AAC, sorry.
and that's what caused them to give Norvell the big contract that they did that
Mhm.
year.
And
Even though they didn't have a very good recruiting class that year, and they had been relying on the transfer portal, and you see how it's going to work out. I mean, Norvell's going to be lucky to make it halfway through the season this year.
oh, and Norvell will be gone by the end of October, man.
Yeah,
It's written in stone.
they play
Florida's
Alabama week 2, don't they?
yes, they do. The
So
That's their main
that's a
competitor, man. They're the Alabama team. They're the
yeah.
true Alabama team.
So let's get back on topic here. How did you become a Tennessee fan?
Like I said, my cousins live down in Bristol, Tennessee. We traveled down there. That was our vacations as a kid, really, truly. So
Okay.
twice a year, maybe. I'll say maybe 3 times a year if we were lucky. Um, it's a For those of you that don't know, it's a 12-hour drive directly from where I live right now down to Bristol. It's about 10 hours from the border. So it's not terrible at all. Um, it 6 hours to Pittsburgh and then 6 hours further. So it's a good trip. And when you're down in Bristol, I you just start loving all things Tennessee. And when you're around that fan base and you start getting into football and you're going down there and you're seeing everything that's happening and you're just getting into the game, it's very easy to get roped in. And I'll tell you what, I've always been a big Peyton Manning fan. I have both a Colts and a uh, Broncos jersey for Peyton Manning. I do not have a Tennessee jersey. My brother actually has the Tennessee jersey. I got
Yeah.
this one instead just because this is another player I love from Tennessee, Alvin Kamara. Uh, and I, I, there's so much around Tennessee that I've just loved for years, and it was just an
And
easy choice.
Knoxville's a beautiful area.
Oh,
I've been to Smoky Mountains several times, and I just that area is just gorgeous.
for those of you that don't want to go spend money on Vegas, go check out Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Yeah.
It is or Gatlinburg as well. Two of those are just it's basically like Vegas, but just a little dimmed down and less
Yeah.
people. It's very, very fun.
And you can get out into nature and not see anyone for miles. So that's what I like about it.
Oh yeah. The other thing too with Tennessee, I'll say this and it's very easy is the orange is beautiful. The orange is it's trademarked. It's
Yeah.
our orange, and it always will be, and it is so easy to wear, man. I don't care what people say. It is
Yeah.
a beautiful color to wear, man. It I,
So what was your first memory of watching
Tennessee?
Tennessee? Yeah.
Oh my god. It's a good question. I probably was 3 years old. I could not tell you a player, and
Yeah.
it was my dad and my uncle, down in their basement back in the day, and they renovated their house when I was really young, but this was their old house, and I remember this so well, is,
Well, so your dad's a Tennessee fan too?
back in the day, yeah, my dad's no longer
Yeah.
with us actually,
Oh, okay. Sorry to
but,
hear that.
he was the one that got us into football, and, he's a big part of my love for sports, he he loves sports, not not football related, but they actually had a very similar bet to this game, is my uncle traded my dad a hockey card back in the day for Theo Fleury, and he said, "I'm gonna trade you this card for nothing, but you're gonna buy my mom a cat." So, he bought my mom a cat, and he named him Flurry.
Oh, okay.
And that was my childhood cat growing up, and,
Wow.
it he was a big part for me getting into sports, and I remember so well of him and my uncle sitting down there, and they are just could I tell you the argument at this age? Probably not even a little bit, but they are just going at it about Tennessee football, and
Yeah.
it's not an argument, but it's heated, and they're having the
Yeah.
best time on earth, man, and I remember that so well, and I remember I just wanted to watch sports after that. Yeah.
What was there a player or a certain game that got you hooked? Like you know, going there, you wanted to be a Tennessee fan, but is there a certain player or what moment do you know that, that I'm a Tennessee Vol fan for life?
Um, that came very later, man.
Yeah.
Like honestly, one name that I liked a lot, and I did not like his NFL career whatsoever. I was a big Cordero Patterson fan.
Okay.
I loved Cordero. It was a little later. That's when I started knowing players more and started knowing the roster and started paying attention. I actually in college this was before I realized like the jump that has to happen. I
Mhm.
thought Cordero Patterson would be just as good as what Tyreek Hill is today.
Yeah.
I had so much faith in that guy, and I had faith in him as a wide receiver. Can
Wow.
you name me how many snaps in the NFL he had as a wide receiver? I That guy just did so much for me, and I think, my favorite moment of all time has to be Hendon Hooker winning, man. Hendon Hooker
Yeah.
winning over Alabama is one of the greatest stories ever told. I know Nico did it after with the cigar and everything, but that first win with Hendon is my all-time favorite moment in college football history, to be honest with you. That
Would you
meant
say
so
that's the
much.
would you say that's the game you look forward to every year? Third
It
Saturday in October?
That and, it's miserable for us, but I always have hope that we're gonna beat Georgia.
Yeah.
We
They're part of Georgia's, schedule every year now, right?
Yes, yeah, we've been put on them for every year now. I think we've
Yeah.
actually been taken off Alabama's though, if I remember
I
correctly.
I know you were taking off Florida's, which is kind of weird because there's a pretty good rivalry there with Florida.
Yeah, you know what? Uh, Florida honestly has been. It's a game that in the past few years has been a little more boring for us because we've beat them pretty
Yeah.
easily. Even though I will say Florida's had some great teams in the past,
Yeah.
we've hit their schedule right in that time where they're dipping and it just worked out for us.
Yeah.
I will miss the Gators though. I'll tell you that very easily.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a game. One of my friends is a big Florida fan. He hates Tennessee.
oh, who doesn't
And
though?
it's yeah, it's a good rivalry. It's kind of a under the radar rivalry. It's not one of the big name rivalries, but there's a lot of hatred between those two teams.
uh, in recent years, to be honest, like ever since they moved over, man, I want to be the true UT.
Yeah,
There, that rivalry's building. It's been building for 3 years. It's coming, man.
yeah,
We are the true UT. There's no one else. You look at it,
yeah,
our logo. We don't need a we don't need any horns to show that we're good, man. We're just a
yeah.
T, and that's all. We have we have Smokey, and that's it.
Uh, have you been to a game in Knoxville?
I've seen Neyland. I've never actually been to a game. It's a dream of mine, to be honest.
Okay. Do you
My
have plans?
100%. My cousins are alma mater, so they get deals on tickets every year to
Absolutely.
a few games. My cousin actually was at Tennessee the year they beat Alabama with Hendon Hooker. She was a part of the parade that brought uh, oh my god,
The
the
goalposts.
goalpost down to the river.
Yeah,
She was sending us videos the entire time, and I that's a dream, man. I
yeah,
would follow that all the way to the river. I would hop in the river. I love this team, man, and if I could see them in real life, it would be unreal. It would be once in a
yeah.
lifetime for sure.
I know Alabama would probably be your first pick of which game to go to. Uh, but I believe any SEC game would be quality. I just
Yeah.
feel like for your first game, it's hard to predict, but I think a night game there would be incredible.
Oh, you know what? I said to my brother, the issue is that normally we time that for Alabama,
Yeah,
but a night game, a blackout, any game where it's dark out and we can sing Rocky Top in the
yeah,
lights of Neyland, it would be unreal, man. It's that's I didn't even bring that up before, man. We would drive down as a kid to Tennessee And as
Mhm.
soon as we hit Rocky Top, we were blasting it, man. Like, if we hit
Yeah.
the Smokies, it came on, and the Osborne Brothers made a perfect song. And it
It's
re
alright. It's alright.
it's unreal, man. It's, uh it's a classic for sure, I love it, and, just definitely a we were talking about traditions earlier, and that's a tradition I love very much, is just hearing that song and us singing it.
Yeah, so let's talk about your rivalries.
Yeah.
Um, a few things because I had this set up for a Florida versus Tennessee rivalry, but someone couldn't join us tonight. What's the most painful rivalry loss that you've had in the past couple years that you
Uh,
think of?
Not even a rivalry. Um, Actually, a painful loss came 2 years ago to Arkansas.
That's
We
always a tough one.
we were, Arkansas is, I wouldn't consider them a true rival, but they're SEC. They're
Yeah,
actually a team that causes us a lot of grief in recent years, and, I remember it, man. I remember watching Nico, I remember watching James Pierce Jr., I remember watching both of them and looking at them play. Squirrel White was on the team at that point, like, Cedric Tillman was on the team at that point. We had a roster, and this is the same roster that lost to Ohio State, but we could have been first in the nation for
yeah.
the first time in years. Alabama just lost. Uh, I'm pretty sure at that time Ohio State was down one as well. We were still undefeated, and I believe we had 4 fumbles in that game,
Oh wow.
and I forget who the Arkansas lineman was, because to be honest, the amount of Arkansas games is the amount of times they played Tennessee that I've watched.
Yeah,
I don't tune into the not the Road Dogs. Oh my goodness,
Razorbacks.
Razorbacks. Thank you, Razorbacks too often. But they had this one lineman. Maybe he was even a linebacker, and he was bald. I remember him being bald. He wore number 55. And I apologize to everyone that I don't remember his name, but I remember watching and just remembering that Tennessee made him look like the number one defensive player in the nation for a game. He had
Yeah.
5 sacks against us.
Oh wow.
He lit us up. It was like if Jadeveon Clowney signed up for the Arkansas Razorbacks for a game just to face Tennessee. It was
Yeah.
just that's how dominant he looked. It was just insane, man, and I we lost that game. We lost the next week to Georgia, and then we squeaked into the playoffs. That was a downfall that I remember so well. Um, Before
Squeaked
that,
into the playoffs and had to go up against Ohio State.
yeah, you know what? That's always fun. Always have to
Yeah.
go against, Big Ten's finest.
There was a lot of trash talk between those two teams bef- leading up to that game.
Mhm.
And I truly think if Ohio State beat Michigan that year, do they go like it's so funny with college football. So many dominoes fall and things fall into place. If they beat Michigan the week couple weeks
In
before,
regular season the last week?
yeah.
Yeah, I
Do
think
they
about
go on
that
that
quite
tear like
often.
they did and just beat the
No,
crap out of everyone?
no.
It's
I think Michigan lit an ass light fire under their ass, man, and
yeah,
I truly excuse my language, but I truly believe, like, they were stuck in the mud and just said,
yeah,
"Who gives a let's just get it done." And I think
yeah.
they put on the gas after that, and
They
they
definitely did. That's for sure.
oh, Jack, oh,
Sawyer.
Sawyer, yeah, and Jack Sawyer was unreal, man. Jack Sawyer, I remember watching him and thinking, like, "There's nothing you can do against him. He just looks
Yeah,
unreal." He
yeah,
did everything. He was covering, he was rushing, he he was the most versatile player on the field for no reason for just the playoffs.
yeah,
You go look at him when he played Michigan, I'm pretty sure he was targeted more than any other defender. on the field.
Yeah.
So,
He
like,
he had an up and down season, that's for sure.
oh, yeah, but then you get to the playoffs and he does what he does, right? And you can't argue with it.
Absolutely.
They had something there that was very clutch.
Yeah, it was impressive for sure.
I I don't think, Josh Heupel had anything in plan for them either. That's what hurt a bit too.
Speaking of Josh Heupel, let's talk about how your thoughts on him and what he's done for the program.
I won't even talk about just the program. I think we should talk about what Josh Heupel has done for college football in general. Um,
Okay.
I think,
Expand on that if you could.
yeah, I will for sure. Josh Heupel's known as a fast-paced offensive coach. If
Mhm.
you go look at, I'm not going to spout numbers or anything, but I remember hearing it a lot on Saturdays last year, specifically, is the tempo of play in offense in college football. On average, teams that had lesser QBs that were performing well
Yeah.
had a very quick pace of offense. There was no huddles. They were actually spreading out the wide receivers, just like Tennessee. They were doing so much. You go look at someone like Dylan Sampson,
Yeah.
um, with Josh Heupel, and Dylan Sampson would not be in the NFL right now if the veer and shoot offense didn't exist. And I think when you go look at rosters and programs around the NCAA now, there are people that seen how much that opens up and what they can do with it. That offensive scheme is being replicated more than it ever would have been if Josh Heupel didn't get a job at Tennessee.
So safe to say you're a fan of Josh Heupel.
I like what he did.
Yeah.
I think Josh Heupel's made some pretty bad mistakes when you look all in all. I
Yeah.
do like that Josh Heupel stays by his guns. I think, I agree with Josh on the Nico situation 100%, man. I don't think
Yeah.
there's anyone that's better than the T. I think when you play for the Volunteers, you are on that team, and if you didn't perform well when we needed you, how can you turn around and ask us for $8 million, you know? Like,
Absolutely.
I think he's made some brutal choices. I'm gonna point to Joe Milton as an example.
Hmm.
I don't understand how we get rid of a guy, replace him with his backup. The backup performs 10 times better than him. And when the backup gets drafted to the NFL after 2 years, we say, hey, let's try again with the guy that got replaced by him.
Yeah.
Like, I still look at that idea and I don't know how we didn't even go to the transfer portal and try a 3-star or anything. I mean, when
Yeah.
we got Joe Milton from Michigan, he was a 3-star. So why are we throwing the moon at him? But Josh Heupel, all in all, I would take him over probably the majority of coaches in the NCAA right now.
Yeah. So with that being said, what is your definition of success for Tennessee football?
We need to win a national championship, man.
Okay.
We
So we'll run through their schedule quick. Start off with Furman. Then you got a tough second game at Georgia Tech.
Mhm.
It's not gonna be a pushover. You got Kennesaw State. Texas is coming to Neyland. Then you got Auburn right after that, at Arkansas, Alabama, at South Carolina, Kentucky, at Texas A&M, at LSU, and then at Vanderbilt. So definitely not a walk in the park schedule.
No, you know what?
What
I
is your definition of success for this year?
For this year, I would like to see us make playoffs again.
So that's a 10-2 season.
At 10-2, I
Would be,
it's tough. It's hard to say too. We're running it back, obviously, with quite a few guys.
yeah,
Um, we didn't have we didn't have the off-season signing. I know we got into a lot of drama, and again, guys, I am not the best with names. I apologize, but the signing, maybe Sean, you can help me out if you know the signing we just got out of high school, the 5-star number 2 in the nation QB that wanted to go to Ohio State. We've taken a lot of flack for him. Um,
I don't. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I forget his name so much, but I remember back in, like, January, he was
Faison Brandon?
yeah, thank you. He Faison signed with us because his mom told him to,
Yeah.
not because he wanted to, just because his mom wanted him in Tennessee. He wants to be in Ohio State. I think we'll deal with that all year until he leaves in the transfer portal.
He'll be the starter?
He will be, but if he wants to play for us by the end of the year. So I think we're in
Yeah.
a year where if Heupel's smart, you kinda run with what you have and see what you got for a year because I don't think this is the schedule that we go to the national championship with, all honesty.
Yeah, you have 4 tough games there. You have, uh, pick 2 of them that you're gonna win between Texas, Alabama, A&M, at A&M, and then LSU.
Like, we beat
That's
LSU. Um,
yeah,
I think we beat LSU pretty handily with Lane. Um
that's confidence, I like it.
um, Lane's a
The
great
problem is you get them late in the season, so
yeah. Yeah, you gotta tune Lane Kiffin, right? Like,
yeah,
Lane Kiffin has a great talent on getting his guy to believe in his system.
yeah,
Even before Sean Bliss, you look at a guy like Jackson Dart. I mean,
yep,
Jackson Dart fully believed in Lane Kiffin. There wasn't anyone else that would have brought him to the NFL. I go back to Jackson Dart's uh, final regular season game in college football. For those of you who don't know, Jackson Dart threw 4 picks, I'm pretty sure, and lost Old Miss the chance at a playoff run.
yeah,
He came back the next game in a bowl game and threw 5 touchdowns immediately.
yeah,
And there's a clip from that regular season game of him and Lane Kiffin talking one on one, and Jackson Dart is crying. And Lane Kiffin, according to some lip readers, is literally saying, like, hey, you're going to make the NFL because you're good enough, and we're going to get you in the NFL.
yeah,
And he's not saying, like, we're going to go win this game. It's no, buddy, like, don't get down on yourself. We're going to win. And I think he
yeah.
makes his guy believe in him. And I think Lane Kiffin's going to do that anywhere. So LSU will be good, man.
So, predict your, win-loss record this year with that schedule.
With that schedule, we
Do you think
lose.
9-3 isn't too ambitious, or what do you think 8-4? It's
Oh, that's tough. Oh, man.
I mean, if I was, I don't know what their win total is on the gambling sites, but I'd probably set their over under at 8.5.
I haven't looked too much. How much of A&M-D is coming back
Uh, I think they're going to be pretty. I think they'll be better this year than last year.
than last year? Okay.
Yeah,
A&M's going to be tough then. That
and
defense was,
At Kyle Field, Marcel
yeah,
Reed's back.
yeah.
It's
That team will
yeah,
make the playoffs.
and
No
I
matter
like
what.
Elko as a coach too. I think he's a great coach.
I think we beat Sarkeesian, to be honest. I think this is,
The hatred's there, huh? It is in Neyland, so that helps.
and I think too, we're a good matchup for Texas, man.
Yeah,
We're we play very different styles, even though both coaches would love to run a system.
yeah,
I think our systems are very, very different in what we do. Texas is trying to break down, break down, break down until that deep pass is open. Where we are 5 yards, 10 yards, get it in the receiver's hand and let them do the work. Um,
absolutely.
Obviously, like you go look at Cedric Tillman, and that was a little bit different of a situation. We had a guy that could blow his coverage pretty quick, but we
Yeah,
don't have that in Knoxville right now. And I think our system is unreal for a team like Texas. I don't know our odds against Alabama this year. Um, it's tough to say when you go into a schedule like that how good you are midway through the season.
yeah.
It midway through the season's kind of that fall off or stay in the bus type of thing, right? And
Absolutely, absolutely. Once you get your feet a little wet and get into the season, then you can really feel how good a team is.
yeah,
I get that.
I think I'm gonna lean more, and I hate to say it, I'm leaning towards the 8-4 this year.
Yeah. I would probably project that too, just because even Georgia Tech, I mean, you got six games that are up in the balance right there that I think Georgia Tech might take a step back, but they're still going to be a tough out.
Well,
Uh,
I'll tell you this, I'm extremely happy that we didn't run it back with Joey Aguilar. I, uh,
yeah,
I like Joey Aguilar, don't get me wrong, and when you compare the 2, first of all, I'm a big Appy State fan, man.
yeah,
When we talk about, like, a warm-up game, I'll watch an Appy State game week 1
yeah,
every year, man, and, for him to come from Appy and to come from UCLA, and you go
yeah,
look at what Nico did that last year compared to what we had with Joey.
yeah,
Joey did exactly what he was supposed to, but we're not a university that should be taking one-offs for a year, man. That's why Joe Milton pisses me off. That's why Joey
yeah,
pisses me off. Hendon was good because Hendon stayed. Like,
yeah,
he was good, he got better, and that's gonna happen, but we haven't had that in Tennessee too often, so
yeah. All right. Well, so let's go through a little rapid. I like to do a rapid fire questionnaire
yeah.
at the end, just to kind of get on the things that we might have missed. So start off. Who's your favorite player for Tennessee ever?
Oh, can we go outside of Peyton?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
One and one A.
yeah, I'll Peyton would be number 1, that's pretty easy, but, I would probably go oh, that's actually pretty tough. I was a pretty big Tyler Bray fan back in the day.
Okay.
I was a pretty big Tyler Bray, Alvin Kamara, obviously, more his NFL career than with Tennessee, but
Yeah.
he's still Tennessee alumni, so gotta love it.
Absolutely.
Um,
Uh,
yeah,
any others?
I said Cordero earlier, so
Yeah.
but yeah, you know
Okay.
who someone I love just because there's no reason he should have played for the Volunteers?
Who's that?
Gintana.
I don't know. I don't.
He
I'm
was
not
our
familiar.
he was our QB before Joe Milton.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
So that would have been what, early 2010s?
2016, 17, I'm
Oh,
pretty
okay, okay.
sure. Uh, yeah, later 2010s. Just absolutely no reason, he should have been in the lineup. He, he was this random Italian kid. I'm just trying to figure out what his first name was. I can't even remember, but, he this random Italian kid who threw, like, 3 interceptions a game, was just absolutely brutal. His final
Yeah.
year with Tennessee was actually legit, threw for, like, 3,400 yards, threw a
Oh,
great
wow. He
season
turned it around a little bit, huh?
on his last season, his very
Yeah.
last, and, like, we actually back then when it was 8 teams, we actually were in potential for a playoff spot with Quintana.
Wow.
And then we got Joe Milton and Hendon, so it
Yeah.
worked out, but I still remember Quintana, and it was something special.
What is your favorite uniform combo that they wear?
Mm. The Tennessee orange is always a classic, but I
Yeah.
wanna give a huge, huge shout out to our blackout jerseys that I've mentioned a few times.
Yeah.
Those are beautiful. Every time they release a social media post with them, it's unreal, so those right now are probably my favorite.
I've used them in CFB 26 or 25 a couple times too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Do you do the mix and match, like, change the pants, do the
Not
shirt?
typically though.
No?
I don't spend enough times in the menus. I just want to get to the game.
That's fair, that's fair.
So we talked about your favorite player. Uh, what's one rivalry player that you secretly respected that you wouldn't want really want to admit to?
Rivalry player, that's a great
Like
question.
someone from opposing team that you guys hate, but you had respect for that player.
Yeah, that's a very good question, man. Um, you know what? Yeah. I used to actually have a lot of respect, for Jalen Hurts when he was for Alabama,
Yeah,
especially with all the Tua stuff going on back then and everything he was
yeah,
going through. I've always been a very big Jalen Hurts fan.
yeah,
I've thought he's been a great QB. I have so much tremendous respect for a guy like that who basically, not of his own volition, but
yeah,
he played good football for Alabama. That just they had a guy that they thought was better, and he took his career and he made something of it, right? And
absolutely.
now, if
And
you
he's a Super
asked,
Bowl champ.
yeah, and now if you took his career over Tua's, I would
Yeah.
probably take Jalen Hurts's, to be honest. So
Well, Tua's had some unfortunate injuries that
yeah,
I think really set him back.
Tua doesn't know
But
what day it is of the week.
yeah,
Yeah. But he was a good QB in college. He was probably one of the most dominant I've seen in a long time for sure.
yeah. So my last question for you is I know you've never been to a game at Neyland, but if you had to pick one stadium other than Neyland to go to watch a game, what
One of
stadium would that be?
I wanna go to the Big House very badly. Um, I think the Big House would be a cool one.
Yeah,
Um, it's something most Canadians wanna do at least once because it's so close, right?
yeah,
Uh, I actually, when I was very, very young, I remember we drove by, I don't know the name of the stadium, and I apologize to Huskies fans, um, but
Seattle.
no, Spokane, but Washington, uh, but their stadium's unreal.
Yeah, I'm going there this fall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks cool,
it
and
looks out over the water.
yeah, yeah,
I think it's just Husky Stadium. It's just Husky Stadium.
is it? Okay.
Yeah,
That would be a cool one to go see. I was very young when I saw it, and I would like to go actually go see it.
yeah.
So,
So
those 2 probably would be the big ones for me.
yeah, the big house. I haven't been to the big house yet.
My question for you, who's your favorite head coach in NCAA FBS right now?
Right now,
Yeah,
phew, that's a really tough one. I know the obvious answer is like the best one is probably Signetti right now. Kirby's great. I think Mario Cristobal, what he's done with Miami is unreal.
yeah.
I think that would probably be my pick is Mario Cristobal right now
That's actually a great pick. I, uh I think what he did,
because there's no way I'm saying Ryan Day. No way.
No?
No,
No? No Ohio State love? I
can't do it.
I'll give him a shout out, but he won't be my choice. Kirby Smart deserves a mention. I
Yeah,
mentioned
I
him
was gonna
earlier.
mention him too. Yeah,
Kirby Smart is made a program that is unreal. He's basically, when you look at the Saban legacy line, I think he is the legacy line. I don't think
yeah.
anyone else
We'll wait
other
to
than
see what
Lane.
Lanning. We'll see what Lanning does too.
Yeah,
He's still young,
yeah. I think
but
Lane too. You can probably point to that as his lineage as well. But I, uh, I think in college football, it's the next up mentality, right? Like,
absolutely.
I think we're still in you look at Freeman as an example, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
Marcus Freeman's a great coach too.
yeah, and it's every year you're going to see a new guy come in that has a new idea and
Yep.
probably will get better. Um, in college football, man, it's year by year to me.
Yeah, yeah. Anymore in the NIL area, it is going to be year to year.
Oh yeah,
It's it's until about midseason, and you know where teams stack up. You can't. I think it's pretty unpredictable who's going to be in the national championship
oh, I
every
mean,
year anymore.
I think when you see rankings at the start of the year now, they are much worse than what they were about 10 years ago, man.
Yeah,
You look at
because you
last.
just had to put Alabama and Georgia at the top, and
Hey,
then you're good.
hey, 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 they deserve to be there, and they play in
Yeah,
the
but
SEC.
yeah. But that
No.
I'm talking about 10 years ago, not
Oh,
now.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, sorry, yes, yeah. I mean,
So
back then, yeah, you just put Nick Saban and Georgia up there, and all of a sudden
I'm
it's
more confident 10 years ago picking one of those two teams than I think they have Texas number one this year.
no, I mean,
Right?
I
I don't have faith in Texas winning the national championship right now.
I'll let it be known right now that Sarkisian is not a good head coach. I cannot stand that guy to stay save my life. I have not watched him coach a good game outside of an underdog that is probably 10.5 underdog
Yeah,
to Texas. Like, when he gets into a big matchup, it is not a good coached game. It is a close
yeah,
game that is always going to be down to the wire. And why? Because Texas is not a 10.5, they're now a 7.5 spread. Like,
yeah,
he is he just doesn't understand to me how to work with the guys he has. He wants
yeah.
them to be a certain way, and it doesn't work that way. So, Arch made a mistake, but good for him for getting some money down in Texas. Probably should have followed his family to Old Miss.
Or his uncle.
Or his uncle to Tennessee, that would have been real
Yeah.
nice. I know when they were talking about that, I was happy, but,
Yeah,
I don't think that was ever happening. I don't think you come to Peyton's land after Peyton when you have his same last name, so
yeah.
and
So
he
tell me, you were telling me about your podcast earlier. Go ahead and
Yeah,
what's the name of it? Where can they find it?
yeah, so we're starting a podcast here. We're gonna be releasing our first episode, let me just confirm with you guys, on June.
It'll be out by the time this comes out. So
Yeah. So we're releasing our episode in a few weeks here, June 10th on the Wednesday. It's called Backseat Bandwagons. We take deep dives into specific topics in sports. It's me and my buddy Marcus, and we're gonna have a few special guests on here and there. Our first topic is the l- uh, it's a it's a look back at the preseason predictions for the MLB, and we deep dive into three specific teams each that we and a player each that we are going into their predictions from last year, their predictions for this year, and where they're at now, and why they go into that. We are deep diving into a lot of topics that a lot of people don't talk about, and stuff that we're just really interested in, and we want to talk about. So if you're interested in stuff that is more into the specifics of professional sports and less about predictions and stuff like that, we're going to go into specific stories mostly and do reporting, on that side.
very
Uh,
cool.
More not documentary style, but more reporting and uh,
Historical. Yeah.
historical side. That's a great word for it. Is historical. We want to do a few essay type of things, and we're hoping to have Sean on at some point to lead us in a college football conversation. And
Anytime.
we're one of our special guests actually that we'll have on later is here in Canada. We have a radio station called the Fan 590. It's if you're on an AM station and you're driving anywhere and you want to listen to the Blue Jays, you are on the Fan 590. It's nationwide and it's a huge one. And we're going to be bringing on the guy who created the Fan 590.
Oh
And
wow, that's
y-
cool.
yeah, and we're gonna talk about the creation of media in sports and how that works. So
Very nice.
it's gonna be awesome. And I backseat bandwagons. I really hope everyone checks it out.
Absolutely. And I'll tag it below whenever I post it. Are you going to be on YouTube and what other places? Are you going to be on Spotify,
Yeah,
Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts?
so we're gonna be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and potentially YouTube. We
Okay.
have our Instagram set up and Twitter already, so we're gonna be posting clips on those as well as YouTube Shorts. So we're gonna try to get it as wide as possible. Um, Mostly just because we want to meet a lot of people. If you've been in the game and you know stuff, a gentleman I'm talking to right now that I would love to have on, I'm trying to convince him is Chris Brody, and I've met him in the golf industry. And if you ever watch PGA, there's a statistics called strokes gained.
Hmm.
His dad actually invented it, and
Oh
he's
wow,
worked on it his whole life growing up. Um,
that's
so
pretty cool.
I'd love to have him on to talk about that. He's a extremely busy guy though, so that's one that's probably more down the line.
Yeah,
But I would love to get his ear in his mouth. Him and I have talked personally about it, and he's one of the smartest guys I've ever met. I'll tell you that. And
yeah, it'd be a good story to tell as well.
oh yeah, his dad's unreal.
Well, thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being a guest on one of the early episodes of Saturdays and Stories. Uh,
I
and
I thank you for having me on, man. This was a huge pleasure. I
Yeah,
had a great
it was
time.
fun. It was fun. I really enjoyed getting to know you and getting to know your fandom.
But thank you again, Sean. This
Yeah, of
this was
course.
awesome, man. And I I think this podcast is going to do awesome. I hope the college football fans love it as much as I did.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next Saturday.
Yeah. See you next Saturday, man.